दवाखाने ऍडमिशन केलं का नाही? नाही नुसतं गोळ्या देत काय?
गोळ्या द्यायला की तिथं कोण नाही.
हा
Hello students,
विचारलं तुला सांगितलं
welcome to the class.
मग मीच देतो म्हणते गोळ्या दिले.
Hey, don't disturb.
टेन्शन नाही म्हणलं.
Hello everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
बघा ते ऍडमिशन कर म्हणायचं.
I started the second unit and I told you that if you are good at the or understood the some data structure or structure types from the second unit, we can do the 4 lab programs. Already first lab programs I explained, that is string manipulation, first lab program. Today, tomorrow and day after tomorrow, if possible, I will explain the 3 more lab programs. The second lab program is based on the dictionaries. Anybody knows what is the dictionaries? Any idea? Today I will explain the second lab program. Is my screen viewable to you all?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Second lab program is based on dictionaries. The fourth sequence, we can say sequence, we can say data structure, or we can say structured types. Already, first I will explain the entire program. Already in theory, I explained the things. Here I have a one documentation. Here I will explain the things. Dictionary is a collection of key value pairs. Key value pairs. See here, first here in these code, we are creating the dictionaries. And we are using the curly braces. And the dictionary name is this dict. Dictionary name is what? This dict. And it has a 3 key value pairs. 3 key value pairs. Any idea? Anybody tell me what are the keys? And you don't think that the keys are the only numbers or numeric values. See, is these 3 these pair, whatever before the comma, that is a key value pair. And here brand is a key, port is a value. Brand is a key, port is a value. And model is a key, Mustang is a values. Year is a key, 1964 is a value. And it prints that one. See here, The first concept of the dictionaries, again the one more time I am explaining, and this is the lab program. Create and print the dictionaries. What is the dictionary name? Anybody? What is the dictionary name? This dict. And how many pairs are there? 3 pairs are there. Brand Ford, model Mustang, year 1964. These are the 3 pairs are there. Okay, we can access the items of dictionary by referring its key. Referring its key. Inside the square bracket. See here, this one. We can access the items of a dictionary. Items here we have a key and values. We can say these are the items. It has now 3 items. See, to access this, we have to use the square brackets. See here, x equal to this dict of model. So we are printing the print of x. What is the output? Any idea? Anybody? Hello? Are you getting? Hello? Hello? Hello?
Sir.
Okay, see here what it does. Here I am accessing the values through the key and using the square bracket. See, x equal to this dict of square bracket model. What is the output here in the print of x?
Model.
Mustang.
Year 19.
No.
Yes.
Here, brand colon Ford is a key value. This is one item. Model colon Mustang is second item. Year column is third item. See, this is the key value pair in the dictionary, and we are using the curly braces. So here I am using the square bracket to access the values, and also I am indexed as a key value. Then what is the output?
Mustang, sir.
Mustang. Okay, I will
Mustang.
show. Okay, Mustang. I will show you. Just I am explaining the things. And also we can change the value of a specific item by referring the key name. The first one is we created the dictionary. Second, we access the using the square bracket. The third concept is we can change the value of a specific item. Here, see this one. This dict of these all 3. What I am doing here, the last this line, this dict of year is equal to 2018. What it does, it changes the year value. Year is the key and its value is 1964. Now I am changing with this statement. So now what it prints the year with this value is 2018. Have you understood this one? Anybody?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I will show you. Already I executed this one. Okay, next one is we can loop through a dictionary by using a for loop. Using a for loop, we can go through the dictionary. How? When looping through a dictionary, it returns the value or the, he is saying that keys of a dictionary. See here, he is saying that if you are using if you are doing looping using the for loop on dictionary, it returns the keys. See here, see how I will explain. This dict is equal to here. See, what are the keys? Tell me the, see, keys are the brand, model, year are key. Values are Ford, Mustang and 1964. These are the values. Understood? Okay. See, here I am using the for loop. For X in this dict means that it takes the all the keys from the dictionaries. It prints the keys from the dictionary one by one. See, then I am telling you that using for loop we can take the keys from the dictionaries. So then what is the output of this printf statement?
Brand and model.
Okay.
Brand model.
Good, good. Okay, I will show you. Okay, next one is print all values. Next concept is print all values in dictionary one by one. See, in the previous concept, we taken the key from the dictionaries. Now we can also take the only values. See how? See, here also we are using the for loop, but we are not printing print of x, print of this dict of square bracket x. What it does, it takes the only values from the dictionary. Now what is the output of this concept?
Ford Mustang in 1964.
Okay, okay, good, good.
Ford Mustang.
Okay, okay, good. Okay, next one is the loop through both keys and values by using it. Now using the for loop, we taken the keys, also we taken the values separately. We can take both keys and values using the item functions. See here, using the for loop, we can take the both the key and values. See how? Same, the dictionary is same, only changes in the for loop. Here in for loop, for x comma y, x takes the key, I think y takes the values. In this dict dot items, here is the, we are using the items function, and print, we are printing the print of x comma y, x comma y. So now it takes the entire key values of the dictionary. This is the one more. Okay, next the concept is check if key exists. Okay, how to check that one? See here. Here it is the one condition is there through which we have to check the whether the keys exist or not. To determine if a specified key is present in a dictionary, use the maybe condition. See here. This is the dictionary. Here after that, he written a one condition. If model in this dict, model is a key in a dictionary. Is this model in the dictionary? Is a model key is in dictionary?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Condition is true. It prints what?
Yes.
Okay. It prints
Yes.
what? Yes. Model is one of the keys in the dictionary. I will show you practically. Just go through the now the concept. Next one is the using the condition we are checking the whether key is existing or not. Next one is to determine how many items. One item means key value pairs. A dictionary has. Use the len method. Using the len method, we have to checking the how many items in a dictionary. Now tell me the how many methods are there? Sorry, how many items are there?
Three.
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 Yeah, good, good. Brand model 1, model Mustang is 2. The third one is the year 1964.
1964.
Here in print function, we are using the len method. So what it does, it returns the how many items are there in a dictionary. The next one is adding items. Means that already in theory I explained. almost I all explained, but this is the practical programs for you. So you are learning one more time both theory and you may get the question 10 marks or 5 marks questions, explain dictionaries, or you may get the lab questions, manipulation, or whatever the question may be the on dictionaries, 2 marks question, how to create, how to add, how to access, whatever the question, 2 marks questions. These are very simple and very easy. See, adding an item to dictionary is done by using the key, key and assigning a value to it. Okay, see here. See how the adding a item into the dictionaries. See, same as usual, created dictionaries. He is using this line. This dict of color is a key and value is a red. So he is saying that using the new index. In new index is what? Key. And assigning a value. Value is what? Red.
Red.
Okay. Okay, now the print of this dict is, what is the output? Output is along with these 3 items, one more item is that color colon red. Okay. Okay, next we can remove the items from the dictionaries using the pop method. Remove the item with the specified key name. By specifying the key name, we can remove the items. See here, pop this dot dict dot pop model means that it using the only, here we are using the only key name, but we are deleting or removing the entire items. Here we are using only the key, but in a we are passing the key to the pop method. What it does? It removes the item. So now the remaining the output is brand code and year 1964. So if we refer this, dictionaries, understood? Using the pop method we can remove. And one more way is there, using a del keyword we can remove the item with the specified key name. See here, the del space this dict of model. Now what it does? It deletes the that pair, that item. Now we can also empty the entire dict using the clear method. See the clear keyword empty the dictionaries. Now see here, this is very important. This statement is very, very important. This dict dot clear. Now the what it prints, printf statement is what it prints. It prints the only opening curly brace, empty, and closing curly brace. So hello. Now the next concept on dictionaries, we can also copy the dictionary. See here, this is the dictionary in this dict. So and here one more the variable name, that is the my dict. What we are doing, we are assigning to this variable to this dict dot copy method. This dict dot copy method. See what it does. Now the my dict is the value of the already created dictionaries. So now print of my dict means it prints the brand colon code comma model colon Mustang year colon 1964. So here using the copy method we can copy the dictionary. See this statement is important. See the new variable and we are assigning to that the already created dictionary name. Dictionary name is this dict. and dot copy method. What it does, it copies the dictionaries, and we are printing that one. So these are the some important lab manipulation on dictionaries. So now I will explain the with practical. He already created. Just I will open that one. See here. Just first we created the dictionary. Then after that we access the keys. Then after that we access the values. Then after we access the key value, we change the values of a key. And after that, using the for loop, we access the keys. Then after that, all keys, all values from the dictionary using the for loop. And also we access the key values using the again for loop, and we check the whether key is existing or not. So these are whatever I explained. So just already I executed. One second, I will execute this. See, I hope you remember all the outputs. Just see here. It is saving. Okay. Just wait. For understanding purpose, I created for dictionaries for every manipulation, for everything. So, but program is very small. You don't worry. See, the first output is what? Brand, Ford, key values, model, Mustang, year 94. See, then the Mustang. The second one is what? We can access the values through the key, that is the Mustang. And the second the one is again, the third one is what? Here, year. Year equal to, we changed the value of a key, year equal to 2018. And see here, first we access the brand, model, year, and again we access the only values of a. Don't confuse each time I am using the dictionaries. So don't think that here already we changed the values of the key, year equal to 2018, but here 1964. But for this concept I am using the same again. Previous means first I create the dictionary, then after that I executed. I will show you here. Don't think that here we changed the values and we are printing here. But after that again the dictionary is same here. See here. So in this here the year value is 1964. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Don't be confused. If it is the only one, then we may get the changed values. That also we can do. So I will show you. Then after that, using the same for loop, we are accessing the both keys and values. See, brand Ford, model Mustang, and year 1964. Okay, see, then whether the key is existing or not, we check that, then the output is here. Yes, model is one of the key in this dictionaries. This is a dictionary name, don't confuse. And see, how many items are there? 3 items are there. 3 items are there. And here in this statement, we add the one more item, that is color is equal to red. Color is equal to red. Then we used we deleted using the pop method, using the delete keyword. These are the 2 statements. And using the clear method, we clear the dictionaries. We clear the dictionaries. Then the last one, we access the dictionaries. Have you understood this one? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good.
Yes, sir.
Okay, this is the second lab program. Some more concept up there. So I will show that also. See here. Here, write a Python program to get a maximum and minimum value in a dictionary. See, here is one program is there. That here some new concept you have to understand. See here, this is the dictionary. Dictionary is my_dict. Previous dictionary name is what? This dict. Now here the dictionary name is my_dict. This is the dictionary name, which is equal to, see, these are the 3 items of the dictionaries. X:500, Y:5874, Z:556. Okay, let it be how to get the maximum and minimum. Now tell me, by seeing this one, which is the maximum value and which is the minimum value from this dictionary? Hello? Anybody?
Maximum equal to y colon 5, sir.
Yeah, only you say that values. Value means maximum value. Y is key and value is 5874. X, Y, Z are the keys. 500, 5874 and 560 are the values. Here we have to write the program to get the maximum values and minimum values. Understood? See here, some important already defined statements. Key_max is the variable to access the maximum values. See here, max is a method already is there, means that to get the maximum value from the dictionaries. Here the arguments parameters are very important. See here, first argument is the dictionary name. Dictionary name is my_dict dot keys method. This is the first parameter, and here the key is equal to lambda k colon my_dict of k. See here the important this parameter, this argument of the function is very important. Lambda is anonymous function. Anonymous function is the normal functions. Here we are using the lambda for only, it doesn't have any specific identifier. It takes the any number of arguments and it has only one expression. That is the use of the lambda function. Lambda is the anonymous function. Anonymous function means that it takes the any number of arguments and it has only one expression. Right now you don't worry to understand how to get the maximum values. So that is why I am telling you that here is the k is the one argument colon, this is the my underscore dict of k. This is the expression. So see what it does. This statement finds the maximum value from the dictionary my underscore dict. And the second one is same thing here. The only here we are using the min function. Min of the same, everything is same. Everything is same. Here what it does, already defined functions are there to find the maximum and minimum. Don't be confusion right now. So these two statements finds the maximum and minimum values. Maximum value is 5874 and minimum value is what? How much? Minimum value is
500.
500.
500.
Okay, okay, good. This is one. The second one is write a Python program to concatenate the following dictionaries to create a new one. Here the three dictionaries are there. Dict1, Dict2, Dict3, Dict4. Four dictionaries are there. The fourth one is doesn't have any the items. It is a empty one. We are using to concatenate the all previous three dictionaries. See, all three has a two items. Two items are there. So we can concatenate the using some concept. See here. Here we are using the for loop for d in of dict1, dict2, dict3, and in for loop dict4 is the fourth empty dictionary dot update of d. See, you don't worry, all three dict1, dict2, dict3 are the dictionaries, three dictionaries are concatenating, are adding and storing in d, and d is updating in dict3, and we are printing the dict3. Now the print of dict4 is how much? 1, 10, 2, 1, 10, 2, 20, 3, 30, 4, 40, 5, 50, 6, 60. That is the output. So it concatenates all the this one. Next one is write a Python program. See, time is only 5 minutes. That is why I am going fast. You don't worry. I will execute this one. Write a Python program to find highest three values in a dictionary. Here the dictionary is mydict. Here highest three values. See, from this dictionaries, what are the highest three values? Tell me. 5874 first. The second one is
5874.
5024 and 2 times it is there.
560.
Okay, okay.
560.
Okay. Here.
500.
Okay. Good. Here what
500.
he is doing, to do that he is importing the one more the package is n largest. So n largest package is there, and it has a some function name is n largest, and here 3 my underscore dict comma key is equal to my underscore dict dot get. What it does, it gives the 3 largest values, and we are printing here. So already I executed this one. I will show this one. These are very, very important because it is covering both theory and lab. See here. Here directly I will execute this one. Then I will explain the output. See here. Maximum value is 5874. Minimum value is 500. And concatenation, see here, this one 1:10, 2:20, it is concatenating all dict1, dict2, dict3. And here 293 here. Okay, one more the concept is write a Python program to sum all the items in a dictionary. See here is a dictionary is there. 100 minus 54 plus 247 and the sum is equal to, that is 293. That is the output. And see here the highest value, it is taking the only keys B, E, C. Don't confuse B, E, C. It is giving the keys. So here B is 5874, E is also 5874, C is 560. These are the three highest values. So today is all about the dictionary lab program. This is the second lab program. Tomorrow I will explain the third lab program, fourth lab program. Here the new thing is lambda function. Lambda function is an anonymous function. You may get the questions, define lambda function, 2 marks question. Lambda function is the normal, like a normal function, but it doesn't have any identifier. Identifier is here to calculate the sum, we are using the sum function. To find the factorial, we are using the factorial function. There is a function name, but lambda doesn't have any specific name, but it takes any number of arguments and it has only one expression. And one more name of the lambda function, we are saying the anonymous function. Any question? I hope all.
Sir, you are going too fast. We need, sir, not getting.
Which one?
Those second programs from the comparison means the largest 3 numbers, that lambda program,
Lambda.
from that to till the end. Explain once again in next class.
Okay, definitely I will explain in the next class, because you may, what you do, you listen the last part one more times. You don't worry, I will explain in the next class. Okay. Before that, I will explain some more concept on lambda function. Then you may get it very easily with using some simple programs. Maybe here we are using the sum, these maximum minimum functions which are already built-in functions. See, to find the square root of a mathematics, we are using sqrt function. Only we have to pass the values. What it does, it gives the square root of that number. Are we writing any the code to find the square root? No, only we are using the sqrt function. Like that, here only we are using the max function and min function, and the only thing, important thing is how to